I want to draw your attention to a particular breed of malware that we've discussed already earlier in the course, ransomware. When run, ransomware typically takes control of your machine, then behind the scenes, covertly, it usually encrypts your personal files with an encryption key that only the hacker knows. There are other techniques that ransomware uses other than encryption, but generally it does something to hold you ransom. And then when it's done what it intended to do, a message will pop up like the ones you can see here on the left and the right, and it will tell you your files are encrypted and that your options are to pay the ransom, usually via a digital currency such as Bitcoin. You can attempt to crack the encryption, which will have limited success if they've implemented it properly, or you can choose to lose access to your files. Most people tend to pay. They keep the amount relatively low, a few $100s or so, in order so that people will pay. Ransomware is now an extremely common attack vector. Hackers have realized that everybody cares about their own files, so they can target anyone, and especially soft targets like a home user or a business who thinks that they have nothing of value to a hacker, so they haven't invested in any real security. I still speak to people and companies that say to me, I have nothing of value, why would a hacker bother with me? Well, they have nothing of value to someone else, but they have something of value to themselves, and that is what ransomware is targeting. Ransomware is the current big threat. It is much easier to ransom a soft target like a home user or a hospital that can't afford security staff than it is to break into a bank and try to exfiltrate credit card numbers or move money out of one account into another account and then bounce that money around the world. Victims of ransomware sometimes don't even bother reporting it because they think, well, just nothing's going to be done anyway. And the truth is, often that's the case. The police just record that it has happened and there's nothing that they can do. And there are 4 super relevant reasons, super important reasons why ransomware is so dangerous. First, it doesn't need to escalate permissions to root or to the admin user to encrypt the files or to do the damage or to take control. People's files exist in user space, so privilege escalation to admin isn't required. That's a big advantage for the hacker. Second reason, the ransomware doesn't need to tunnel network connections out for remote control. It just needs to run once, then it can encrypt the files and display its message. Job done. Easy, simple. Third, it can all be done automated. Once a hacker has set up a distribution method like through phishing or through malvertisement in order to get the ransomware to run, they can then sit back and watch the money roll in. And this must be very tempting for people, especially in poorer countries. The cost of malware, as you can see here, ransomware attacks, $1 billion USD in 2016. And the overall annual cost of global cybercrime was thought to be around $3 trillion in 2015, and this is expected to double to $6 trillion a year by 2021. And the fourth reason that ransomware is going to be big for the foreseeable future is that there are millions of variants of ransomware varied from many dozens of distinct code families, which means ransomware is easy to obtain or buy or acquire, easy to modify, and easy to distribute. You might only need to change who the payment needs to go to via changing, for example, the Bitcoin address, and then you've got your own ransomware to send out. Ransomware is a major reason why we need effective antivirus, anti-malware, endpoint protection, and the other things that we cover in this course. Application control, execution prevention, whitelisting, blacklisting. Security needs to travel with the asset in order to protect the asset from threats such as ransomware.